guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an email that was sent from a subscriber. That's from a guy, he's 36 years old, and he shares his story how he actually found one of the rare good ones out there. What I'm referring to is obviously, as a married man, one of the rare good women out there. And how do I know this? Well, it's all about her actions. You're going to see in this story, guys, how this guy gets in a really bad accident. And instead of jumping ship and leaving him, she stays by his side, helps him get back into health, and she's proven to be, through her actions, to not only be a great woman, but a great wife. And I'm going to go over here, guys, just show you that not all are a bunch of demons out there. While there are a lot of demons out there, there are some good ones. And by watching this channel and hearing the stories and learning from the mistakes of others, that will help you relationship, guys. And let's be honest, there are plenty of you out there, whether you want to admit it or not. Help with the selection process and also how to handle situations and behave. Because if you got a great girl who actually is generally a great girl, if you behave like these candy asses in some of these stories, kissing her butt, not checking her when she's having an attitude, and anybody can have an attitude on a bad day, she's going to lose respect for you over time, and BS can happen. Now, hopefully the good ones will just dump you instead of cheat on you, but you get the point. So this guy shares a good story, and I like to share these every once in a while because I got all sorts of guys who watch me here. And again, whether you want to admit it or not, there are relationship guys that actually do want to have a family and kids, and this is a good one. So it says here, Dear SSM, a late congratulations on your move to Florida. It's the only other state that I would move if I absolutely had to move from Texas. Well, I'm loving it down here. It's hot, but every day I get a little more used to it. It's funny, as I type this to you, I hear your voice narrating it rather than my own. But that's how much I listen to your content. Well, I appreciate your support, brother. I am one of your married subscribers. I got engaged in 2016 after only knowing my wife for 10 months. 10 months? Smack! You are freaking crazy. Well, you got lucky. Thanks for the smack. We then married in March of 2017. Thanks again for the smack, too. Yeah, another smack. Guys, even though I know how this story is going to go, and he found a good one, I do not advise in any way, shape, or form to rush into a marriage that quickly. That is freaking crazy. You got lucky, dude. Pure luck. I know that was not nearly enough time to get to know my wife. However, I should play the lottery with how lucky I got. No, you're never going to get that lucky again. Don't even waste your time playing the lottery. You won't even win a fucking dollar at this point. I'm not here to gloat or even tell other men who listen to you to hold out for hope of finding a good one. I have a point to my email that may or may not be what you're expecting from a happily married man. So I'm 36, my wife is 35, and we've been married for 7 years. We just had our first baby. Congratulations. First for the both of us, and it's damn rare too. We're on the fence about having any more kids since we already started so late. She's now considered as high risk and even received a lot of special treatment, like 5 times more ultrasound appointments from her doctor's office. We were extremely blessed about how smoothly the pregnancy and birth went. Well, that's great, man, and I'm guessing she's probably pretty cool during the pregnancy compared to the other wackos out there. There were no complications, and my daughter is as healthy as anyone could ask for. Anyway, I know my wife is one of the good ones. I'll prove it real quick so I can get to the reason I'm writing to you. In April of 2022, I was riding my Indian motorcycle to work in the morning when a woman who had no insurance and no driver's license T-boned me as she was exiting from a grocery store parking lot. Yeah, we got a lot of those down here in Florida that don't have licenses and don't have insurance and don't know how to drive at all. She was trying to cut across 3 lanes in a median crossover area so she could go in the opposite direction that I was going. Well, I was in the 3rd lane going about 35 miles per hour, and thankfully I was wearing every piece of riding gear I owned. Yeah, thank God for that. I really considered getting a bike. There's a part of me that would love to do it, and there's the other part of me. At 46 years old, I don't want a chance of anything happening to me. Even if I drove with all the gear on me and driving, and I've been riding slow, very, very slow, still, you weigh, cost-benefit analysis here, pros and cons. But I may change my mind one day. SSM, I wouldn't be here today if I wasn't wearing everything, especially my helmet. You can be the safest rider in the world, but you can't make other people use their eyes or their brains. If you ride, please wear your gear. When the woman T-boned me, I was thrown 3 lanes over into the oncoming lanes of traffic. Holy shit. Thankfully, by the grace of God, there was no actual oncoming traffic. When I finally hit the ground and stopped rolling, I took off my gloves and helmet and checked out my leg. At this time, I didn't feel any pain, but I knew something was off. And it was. My ankle was destroyed and my foot was barely hanging on. Holy shit. Clearly the adrenaline was keeping you going. I quickly had a crowd around me and pointed to a random guy to call 911. He did, but he had no idea where we were, so I had to tell him that too. SSM safety training videos on YouTube are also well worth the watch. I'll take note of that. I then got on my phone in my pocket, which someone somehow was fine, probably because it wasn't an iPhone, and I called my wife. I told her to get dressed and call me back. She questioned why and what was wrong, and I just repeated myself in a calm tone. It is amazing you were that calm, given the fact that your foot was barely hanging on and your ankle was crushed and all. By the time she called me back, the ambulance had arrived and I was about to be put on the stretcher. I told her what happened and that I was fine. The rest isn't important, but I also called my work to tell them I wasn't going to make it in that day. Ha ha. Man, you bikers are a tough breed, let me tell you. I like to think that I'm tough, guys, but I don't know if I could be that tough if my freaking foot was barely hanging on and all that. You know what, I would have been probably so pissed off. The anger would have kept me from, processing the pain and all that thing. The adrenaline and the pure anger. And I gotta wonder what happened to the lady that hit you. Did she just take off? Here's a question. The immediate result of the crash left me with a broken back, fractured my L1 vertebrae, and a below-the-knee amputation. Holy fucking shit, dude. Oh my God. I am sorry that happened, bro. Again, what happened to that lady that hit you? My foot could not be saved, and I immediately knew it when I saw it. Yes, I was awake the entire time, all the way through the ambulance ride and my x-rays. I was told by the EMT in the ambulance that I couldn't have any pain medication because they knew I was going straight to the emergency surgery. Any other pain medication would have interfered with the anesthesia. So you just got to lay there and deal with it. When the adrenaline wears off, I'd be going on pure anger. So after my adrenaline wore off, I was in pain for about 2 hours while everything was being prepared for me. I finally passed out on the OR table after answering some questions. I don't remember receiving any anesthesia. I'm pretty sure I just passed out from the pain. Man, you are one tough bastard. Holy crap. I woke up as my wife was being brought in to see me after my successful surgery. She was a mess. But this moment in my life taught me that she is here for me no matter what. I spent 4 days in the hospital and went straight to physical rehab center where I spent another 14 days. I have a job that allows me to work remote, and so I did. I worked in between my exercises and whatever downtime I had. Man, if there was ever a time for you to take a nice, well-needed medical leave or vacations, now this guy is still broken back. What does it say here? Broken back. Lost part of his fucking leg in the hospital rehab, and he's still working. Good God, this guy's amazing. I had already found your channel by this time. I kept recalling stories I've heard in your channel about other examples I knew about, where wives were leaving their husbands when they hit rock bottom. I had fully expected my wife to leave, but she didn't. She wouldn't even leave my hospital side or rehab room unless I was leaving it to do any exercise or something. She went everywhere I went and helped in any way she could. Dude, you got yourself a good woman. But part of me thinks because obviously you're a tough dude and you're a good leader and you're calm in a mess like this, these are good, positive, masculine qualities that made her very attracted to you, and you get the point. And she wants to be there to, help nurse you back to health and all that. I think all these things came together here. She saw me at my absolute worst and stuck by me. I was in a back brace while missing a quarter of my right leg. She didn't once show a sign that made me think she was questioning our relationship. She was just there. It's coming up on 2 years for me now. The accident was in April, and I have a pretty awesome prosthesis. I haven't touched my wheelchair since I got a new leg. 3 months of being on wheels was enough for me. I have a new respect for those who have no other option. Yeah, me too. Life is mostly back to normal, well as normal as can be with a new baby. And yes, the baby is mine. There's no doubt about it. I didn't get a paternity test even though I was offered after she was born, because the little girl looks just like me. I have a few very defining features that are unmistakably shared with my daughter. However, I do believe paternity tests should be made mandatory. I agree. Now to the reason for writing to you. I know I won the lottery with my wife. If God forbid something ever happened between us, I would never remarry. I would stay far, far away from any relationship past professional work environments, excluding my daughter, of course. I was in enough relationships and have been exposed to enough BS from various sources to know that my wife is the exception, not the rule. She is an exception. This is extremely rare, but I'm also convinced it has something to do with who you are as a man, how you are in the relationship, how you are with her. Your channels are among my main sources these days. There are decades of experiences told by so many folks and walks of life packed into a few years of your channels. Well, it's amazing. I can't remember, I don't know the exact number at this point. There must be 3,200 videos between all three channels. And just, believe me, I got such a backlog of stories, guys, because I can only read so many, and there's a lot of variety, but keep them coming. I'll get to them if they definitely work. I'm not here to blame you or your channel for my mindset. I'm here to thank you for it. I know that you don't bring these things to light so we can hate anyone or hate on anyone. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you expose the actions and manipulation tactics of others to keep us from being negatively affected by them. And let's be honest, without much training or experience, women have a one-up on men when it comes to the social gymnastics. So, from a happily married man, thank you for your channel. The wisdom it can bring to every man, no matter the experience level or stage in life, is priceless. May you be successful in all you do. Bro, may you be successful in all you do, and you clearly are. I'm so sorry what happened to you, but holy crap, again, you're a tough motherfucker. And you're tough for your wife, you're tough for your daughter, and I think you're going to be an awesome dad, and you'll show your daughter what an example of good school masculinity is, and it sounds like you got a keeper with your wife, and that's awesome. You deserve that. If anybody deserves after what you've been through, you deserve that. So just keep doing what you've been doing all along, taking care of your family, taking care of you, taking care of your wife, and I think you're going to be great. And, of course, taking care of your daughter. So, guys, there you go. It is a rare example, and you all know it's rare, but it can happen. So I'm really glad to hear this. And, yeah, guys, I don't do this channel so a bunch of people can get hate on women. I do this to help guys through all these videos, aside from some good quality entertainment, learn things. Learn from others' mistakes. And that way then they can, when situations arise in their own lives, they're going to be better prepared for that, because they'll remember in the back of their mind some story about that guy over in Pennsylvania and that guy over in Norway and that guy over in New Mexico, wherever the fuck they're from, and that can help you along your path, as well as motivation to be the best you can be and all that, And yeah, and I've had people accuse me, oh, you hate women. No, I don't. I don't care for asshole women, and I don't care for asshole people in general. And this is a channel to help you guys also deal with other assholes out there that are men, because there's plenty of those out there too, But anyhow, so bro, congratulations on your family, and man, my hat is off to you. You are one tough dude. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Give this guy a shout out in the comment section. He deserves this. This is a tough guy, been through hell, and he's still kicking. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.